Hi everybody, I'm Amy from the Cauldron, and in today's episode of Dye Time I'm going to be dyeing these socks. Now when I bought these I stupidly didn't look at the fibre content and I assumed they were cotton. They're actually 74% viscose, 24% nylon and 2% elastane. Now viscose, if I've remembered right, is a man-made fibre from plants, from wood, I think. But I have, from what I've read, it does dye nicely, just like other plant-based fibres do. So I'm hoping, this will work. So these socks have been soaking in soda ash and water. I think they've been soaking in my soda ash and water for about 2 days now. They don't need to be soaking for quite that long. I just thought about putting I just knew I wanted to dye these at some point this week. I just didn't know when I'd get time. So I stuck them in my soda ash and water. So they're there ready for me when I want them. The dyes I'm using today are Full Flame and Orange Crush. They're Fibre Reactive dyes from Dharma. And I do have a 10-metre skein of 100% embroidery, 100% cotton embroidery floss that is in a tangle. This I'm planning to just wipe my fingers and spoons on and then just lay on top. I'm kind of making this up as I go along because I haven't really got a plan. I've got my gloves on and I've got my mask on. So I'm just going to go into the Full Flame and sprinkle a little bit of dye on there. And now I'm going to go into the Orange Crush with a new spoon and just sprinkle a little bit like this. And I didn't plan this, but I guess I'm doing Full Flame and Orange Crush stripes on these folded up socks. I am winging it today. And I did dye some socks before that were cotton, and I wanted to use this colour combination, but I ran out of socks. So I bought some new ones, and I really wanted to do sort of an orange and red combination because I don't use orange and red that much. They're not my favourite colours. I like them, but I always gravitate to greens and blues, purples, pinks, those sorts of colours. And I just wanted to use a little bit of orange and red on these, because socks you can kind of just do, for me socks can really sort of be anything I want them to be. I love multicoloured socks. They don't have to match anything. I'm just rambling now. I'll probably edit all this out. That is a lot of creamsicle there. And I'll put a little bit, maybe not, on this side. Now all this stuff I'm using is dedicated for dyeing and I don't use it for food. You can see, here are my, I've got my camera so zoomed in. There you go, you can see I've got 2 separate spoons for my 2 dyes. Now, I'm not going to add any more dye to this. I think that looks really pretty how it is. I do all my filming on my phone, so I had to stop and take some photos of that because I really like it. Now I'm going to carefully place a layer of ice cubes on top here. And I'm just going to use this to sort of wipe off the little bit of dye on there. It's not much, but I'll just use a little bit. There we go. So that's not much, but I think that looks nice. Now I'm debating because I've got a couple of projects that I want to do today, and I think wiping the spoons on this floss might produce a really lovely skein of floss, but I was going to put the floss on top there. Okay, what I have decided to do is leave this one as a skein to just wipe my fingers and spoons on, and then I've got another one here that has been soaking in soda ash and water. It was nicely wound, but it's now a huge mess because everything got tangled in there. So I'm just going to lay that on top, find a lid, and I'm just going to leave this out of the way for the next 2 days. I forgot to mention I do have my table protected with this old towel. This has been sitting out for about 3 days now. So let's wash it. First I'm going to give this a little rinse out, the floss. Pretty colours. And I'm going to wash, I've got some floss from other dyeing projects that I did at the same time. I'm just going to put them all together and I'm going to wash those separately. The way I wash floss is just leaving them in water, just letting them soak in water with some soap, and then changing the water every half an hour or so until the water's running clear. But now with these, I'm just going to rinse these just with plain tap water. I don't have many clothes in these colours, in sort of reds and oranges. I'm a sort of blues, greens, purples, blacks kind of person. But these are beautiful. Don't think I'll be changing my wardrobe completely, but I'll start slowly. Start with the sock. The water is clearing a bit. I knew that there would certainly be colour coming out because that's just what happens with plant-based fibres and fibre reactive dyes. They don't exhaust in the same way that animal fibres and acid dyes do. But you see, the water is clearing up quite a bit, which I'm really happy with. And now I did this last time I dyed socks. Just poured a bit of very hot water on top of them. It didn't seem to do anything bad to them. And I think this sort of helps the soda ash and to help get rid of any extra dye. I don't really know the science behind it. You can see there's a lot more colour coming out that time. Do a little bit more. And now I'm just going to put these in the washing machine with some old towels and things I don't mind getting dye on. Now I know a lot of tie-dyers will say that you have to hand wash your tie-dye stuff, but honestly I can't be bothered. When it comes to clothing that I've dyed, it gets a bit of a rinse and then goes in the washing machine. And here's the finished socks and floss. I don't think I realised quite how bright that orange crush dye is. These are beautiful. I'm so happy with these. We have a little look. They're mostly orange, and the full flame I think has broken into the pinks and yellows. And if I remember rightly, full flame does lean a little bit more orange. But how cool are these? They are so much fun. This looks like the side that I added the dye, because you can see there's lots of specks there and there, but on this side there doesn't seem to be those speckles. Now I know a lot of people in the tie-dye world don't like those speckles, but I kind of do. I think they're quite nice. I really like the effect that they have, and these two colours, Full Flame and Orange Crush, have definitely worked well together. They are so much fun. I want to. They're making me want to dye more oranges and reds because these are just so vibrant and fun. We have a little look at the floss as well. Not quite as bright and vibrant as the socks, but it's still a really nice orangey, yellowy floss with some specks of darker bits and some pinks all the way through. This is really fun. I love it. I don't think I'd be able to replicate it exactly, but it's a really nice base orange, I think. It could work up really nicely making maybe some flames, sewing some flames, I think this would work well. And this is the floss that I used to wipe my spoons on. I think this little patch here was probably the full flame, and I expect that little bit there is the orange crush, but really those colours, they didn't spread. The turquoise that I used in another project definitely spread and took over all of this. But I think this is still another fun, messy floss that I couldn't replicate, but it could be very fun to use. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do please click like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. What do you think of these socks? Are these your colours? Would you pick these or would you pick something else? Let me know. If you'd like to buy anything that's been featured in any of my videos, I don't have a shop at the moment, I am working on it, but please reach out to me. I am from the Cauldron across social media, so reach out and we can sort something out. I publish a new video every Monday, usually around about 6 PM UK time, so make sure you've got notifications turned on so you never miss a new video. Thank you so much for watching.